Hi, I'm Claire Idera, an artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. I used to journal a lot, like as a child. I had different types of diaries. The ones that I wrote in codes inside, the ones that I wrote in English. I know that the works that I do now always reference those journals. So the things that I thought, how I felt, events that happened during my childhood, those ones that were traumatic and those ones that kind of gave me joy. My mom used to make wedding dresses, and so there was always that element of etherealism and dreamy vibes that I kind of got from her. I've always desired to transform things or take them into an imaginary state, and so that's kind of where my work is evolving into. So the way that I select the colors are with intention. I want the viewer to feel the vulnerability in the work, and I want it to convey softness and femininity. The imaginations that I have are very dreamy, and I want the black woman to be seen to be an entity on her own with the experiences that she's been through, but still, because I know that the narrative that the black woman is always seeing is to be this strong and, mean and mad. But I mean, those things may not necessarily always be seen as negative statements. They are also part of our journey because of the history that we have. In all of that, there is still the essence that makes her human, which is the joy and the moments that she finds herself as beautiful. So this body of work has obviously, like how my work has been, is from my journals, and I reference the times where I had to make difficult choices. So it's about choices that I make and choices that humans make generally, sometimes good, bad. There are moments where we're in doubt, trying to make that big decision. There's sometimes where we just kind of like follow our instincts, and so the elements that I include in my work are flowers, and so there are some that are the beautiful flowers and the ones that are actually carnivorous. The carnivorous ones are the ones that kind of represent the bad decisions, but it's sort of like they eat us up and then spit us back out to transform us into this person that we can be. So bad decisions aren't necessarily always bad decisions. They are an opportunity to change, an opportunity to learn, because the flowers that I put in my paintings represent growth, whether they are carnivorous or not. Go from a phase of being a child into a phase of being an adult, and just like me now becoming a mother. It's just a beautiful metamorphosis, I guess. The intention is to let people be aware of the moments that they make choices, be aware of the milliseconds. So the images are like a very interesting snapshot of a millisecond when I'm making that decision. It's an out-of-body experience, watching myself walk through the decisions, or watching myself make do with the decisions. One of it is called As You Lay Your Bed, So You Lie on It, and sometimes it's about like embracing it regardless of whether it's a good or bad decision. So my intention is to make people be conscious. It's a constant reminder that every day is dependent on the choices that we make. My work asks questions like, what is it going to be? How are you going to live with this? Are you going to feel happy, or are you going to feel sad? Are you going to choose, or are you not going to choose? Are you going to embrace, or are you going to run? Because there's some times that things happen and we just kind of choose not to accept, and we are trying to dance around the event. And so my paintings want to ask that question: if you're going to be present in your life, if you're going to see life as a friend or see it as your enemy. I draw inspiration from myself. I draw inspiration from my trauma. I draw inspiration from my marriage. I draw inspiration from my experiences. I draw inspiration from my mom as well. I love artists that give off the same vibe that I'm trying to give off. Paintings that are pastel looking, paintings that are soft and captures the individual in a very candid manner. I paint because it's my language.